Hello and many thanks for joining me on Express Update. We are coming to you from our studios here within the Ministerial Enclave. We are also on GoTV, channel 184. I am Peter Insia. Coming up in our stories, President Mahama and political appointees donate 6.1 million Ghana cedis of their salaries to Ghana Medical Trust Fund. Also coming up, GES cautions public against fake BEC school selection notice. These and many other stories coming up shortly. Please do stay with us. And now the news in detail. President John Dramani Mahama and his political appointees at the presidency have collectively donated 6.1 million Ghana cedis to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, also known as Mahama Cares, in fulfillment of their pledge to support the fund's operations. The donation was made on Monday, June 15, at the Jubilee House in Accra, where a check covering the amount was formally presented to the leadership of the fund.
Speaking during the presentation, Deputy Chief of Staff Nana Oye Bampoado indicated that the Comptroller and Accountant General had already transferred the funds to the trust fund prior to the formal handover. She said the contribution comprises 6 months of the President's salary, 1 month's salary from political appointees at the presidency, and additional funds from deductions imposed on appointees who failed to meet the deadline for asset declaration. She described the initiative as a demonstration of commitment to national development through shared sacrifice and institutional responsibility.
A fund and leave the room. He himself pledged 6 months of his own salary as seed funding. He then turned to us, his appointees, and invited us in the spirit of the reset agenda, in the spirit of leadership as sacrifice, to contribute our 1 month's salary to the fund. Our President John Dramani Mahama showed the way, and colleagues, we have followed with a patriotic answer. We answered the call. Today, we are gathered here to formally present the proceeds of that answer. The Comptroller and Accountant General has already transferred the amount of 6.1 million cedis to the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, comprising the President's salary donation and our contributions as presidential appointees and staffers, and deductions for those who fail to meet asset declaration deadlines. Colleagues, I want to take a moment to acknowledge what this has meant in practice. These salary donations came with real sacrifices, bills that had to wait, plans that had to be deferred, commitments that had to be renegotiated. We all knew the costs, and we paid it anyway.
Away from that story, the Ghana Education Service has dismissed as false as notice circulating on social media claiming that the 2026 Basic Education Certificate Examination School Selection Exercise begins on June 15. In a statement issued on June 14, GES clarified that it has not announced the commencement of the school selection process and urged candidates, parents, guidance, teachers, and the public to disregard the information being shared on various platforms.
According to the service, the fake notice instructed candidates to select and submit 5 preferred schools ahead of the placement. The message also alleged that there was no deadline for submission and directed candidates or parents to obtain assistance via unofficial WhatsApp contact. GES stressed that the publication did not originate from the service and warned the public against sharing personal information with individuals behind the fraudulent announcement. The service therefore advised stakeholders to verify any education-related announcement before acting on them, and to rely only on information issued through official government and education sector channels.
To some more news, the Assembly member for the Kaneshie electoral area, Emmanuel Edu, has expressed concerns over the President's appointment of metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives, describing the practice as one of the factors hindering the smooth administration of local assemblies. Speaking on Clock TV, he argued that local assemblies should be allowed to operate independently without undue interference from the central government. According to him, granting assemblies greater autonomy would enhance efficiency and accountability in local governance. He further said that electing MMDCs through a popular vote rather than appointing them would strengthen grassroots participation and ensure that local leaders remain directly accountable to the people they serve.
But here in Ghana, you could see a president appoints a regional minister. You understand? The same president is appointing an MC or DC. So definitely, even though we are practicing the local government system, it is not a true reflection of what we are supposed to do. That is why when the president says that right now he is trying to make sure that the elections of MMDCs should take place. When this takes place, it will strengthen the local governance system. Because those in higher authorities are the same people appointing the heads of departments or the heads of the municipal assemblies. The mayor or the MCs and DC are appointed by the president. The regional ministers are appointed by the president. Are we practicing local governance? No. So definitely there is some pressure from somewhere. So when we get to a stage as a country whereby all these systems are being elected by the people themselves, in the United States, the governor of Ohio is appointed by the people. The mayor in some cities of Ohio or New York are appointed by the people. The president is appointed by the people. So they all have who they are allegiance to. You understand? The mayor's allegiance is the people. That's same as the governor and same as the president. But here in the case, you appoint a president, the same president will appoint a regional minister, the same president will appoint a local government minister, the same president will appoint MC. So that is whereby I say the call comes from a different dimension. You understand? So I understand what they are saying, but if we want to practice the local government system well, then the MMDC should be fully autonomous. They should be on their own. They should make their own rules. They should stand by their own principles without any interference from the central government.
On to our last story, South Africa's Minister for Justice, Mamloko Kubayi, has expressed concerns that the country's international image is being damaged by its ongoing crackdown on undocumented migration and rising anti-immigrant sentiment. Speaking on the issue, Kubayi said the perception of South Africa across the continent has worsened, with reports suggesting that some African countries are responding negatively to developments within the country. The minister has therefore called for constructive dialogue and responsible engagement on migration issues, emphasizing the importance of maintaining strong ties with fellow African countries while addressing domestic concerns.
We are raising the issues that we are raising. The brand, it is hurting. We can't lie about it. The backlash, and that's why part of the work that we are doing as government as well through DECO is engagement with businesses abroad, South African companies abroad. Minister Lamola has met with them, and we're providing services, support services and consular services for those businesses on the continent and outside the continent, so that where they face a backlash, where they face difficulties, there would be. One of the areas that we would have to look at as well, that has come to my attention as well, it's our artists. Majority of South African artists perform on the continent, and many of them are seeing their gigs being cancelled. So that's another impact of the work, because they benefit quite a lot. They perform on live performance events and everything. So they are receiving a thing. We've not been able to work together. So we'll definitely work together with arts and culture to understand the impact for them to get. But
and that's how we wrap up on the Express Update. Thank you for sticking and staying with us. I'm Peter Nsia. Always remember that the news keeps changing every day, but integrity must never change. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.